and welcome back to the Craft of Living. Here we are back again with another unboxing in this wonderful channel where we have the greatest time unboxing all kinds of oracle and tarot cards. So today I have a somewhat new release, and it is by the Rebecca Campbell deck. Well, excuse me, by Rebecca Campbell. The artwork is by Katie Lewis in this one, and it's the Rose Oracle. Okay, so I have one of her decks. I have the Starseed Oracle deck. I really like that one, and I am working with expanding my use on it a little bit more. There are some concepts that I have a little bit of trouble with applying to the mundane day-to-day because it is very, very esoteric. And this one, the reason why I was drawn to this one is because I saw an image of, I think it was the grandmother card. And if you're familiar with this deck, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But super excited to get it. Now, I also love her triangular boxes she has. And it just does, it has such a rose quartz type of feel to it. And I'm not much of a rose fan, but something about it was really calling, and I just had to do it. So we have typical of her deck's inner writings in the boxes. So we have Plant Yourself here on the inside of this box. And she gives instructions too on how to use these boxes to set up the cards. There's different types of readings and you can do and ways that you can play around with this triangular shape that she talks about in here. But let's look at her book right now. If you're familiar with her decks, this is very much like her decks. So see, this is what I was talking about, the explanation of the box and how it can be used. I like the 3-card in the box spread there. Very awesome. And then she gets into the meanings of the cards here. Typical as she does. She has a little affirmation right there and a soul inquiry also. So I'm wondering if these will be a little more down to earth. I mean, I know the principles of what she talks about, which I'm 100% alignment with, but sometimes people just aren't ready for the starseed type of information, and I would like to reach a wider audience, and I think this might execute that. Let me know what your experience is with this deck, and if mostly I like to know its accuracy on the readings, and how it resonated in the readings for the people you read for. So let's get into the cards here. So I haven't seen her do one of these before, but it says, unlock the sacred mysteries of the rose. Unlocked the Rose Oracle Attunement. On the back of this card, you will find the Rose Oracle Attunement Altar card. You can use the attunement to ritually connect with your Oracle and Mother Rose each time you use it. You can find a free visual and audio ritual version of the attunement at this website here. So she goes on and on and on to talk about the Mother Rose attunement. Mother Rose, you who were present long before we, and you who will continue after we're gone, bless this oracle and all who use it. May it be a gateway for all to return to ourselves, the earth, and each other. May our connection with the voice of our soul be made stronger with every use. I really love this. This is a great intention card. I'm not going to go over it with you for the sake of time here, but as you can see, really love that. It's really good to program or set your intention for the deck. And right off the bat, we're met with these beautiful, soft pastel colors, which of course I'm a fan of, and so are so many other people out there that I know, including my sister. So this is beautiful. After the rain, silver lining, relief, hope, mercy. It's over. Acceptance. And let's talk about this cardstock just real quick. This is typical of her cardstock. I'd say it's a medium cardstock. It has some give. The backs are just gorgeous in this rose type of crystalline prism you see here. And it is a matte finish, so it shows up quite nicely. It doesn't have a tremendous amount of glare for those of you that do these types of video work or imaging work. So continuing on here, we have the bloom. Creations realized, right time, harvest and celebration. Yeah, right timing. Brothers of the Rose, sacred masculine, honor, protection, and support. Codes of the Seeds. The blueprint is within you. Take the next step. The Fertile Void. In winter, rest, patience, potency, secret beginnings. This is when the germination period is coming in your creation phase of life. Healing is happening. You're not broken. Trust the process. It is safe to soften. These concepts seem more reachable, more relatable. Don't get me wrong, I really relate with the Starseed deck 100%, just not everybody does. So held, sureness of the soil, unseen help, support, and community. You can see this grandmother here, Obachan, right up there, giving knowledge, energy. Morning dew, clarity, a fresh start, positive outlook. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry if that has been out of focus or out of screen. Let's see, open. Say yes, expand through extremes, trust life. That's a difficult one to do. Release the petals. Transformation, death and rebirth, shedding, change. See, very soft, loving, open energy, helping to guide and nudge. The return, a new story. You decide, alignment, it's coming together. The Rose Garden, innocence, forgiveness, be gentle with yourself. The Rose Thread, inner call, soul-led, the mystic, living courageously. Whoop. That one wanted to be seen. Okay, Rose without thorns. You have a right to your joy, peace, and sweetness of life. The Sacred Union, beloved within, inner and outer relationships. All of these types of crystalline, soft rainbow lights, just wonderful, soft, loving energy in these cards. The Second Bloom, a second chance, it's never too late, new possibilities. And there's a lot of layering in these images, as you may know. She always chooses really amazing artists, and this particular artist does have a lot of layering. So we have Sub Rosa, hidden in plain sight, mysteries, learning and teaching. Temple of the Rose, ancient power, expression, activation, and scarlet codes. Trust the seasons. See, the layering effect is there again. Embrace change, cycles of life, transition and growth. We are nature. Become grounded, embodiment, living in connection. Layer upon layer. Do the last three cards. Whisper of Mother Earth, creativity, ideas, inspiration, artist, writer, channel. Love that. And then, interesting last card here. Get a good focus. The Wild Rose. Do it your way. Embrace your uniqueness. Untamed. Lots going on in that picture. Not sure how I feel about that one. Let's give it a good shuffle. See how it shuffles. So, kind of a good size for my hands. Yep. It has a shuffle as I would expect, as you would expect from her decks if you are with her. It's great flexibility, great stiffness. It's pretty smooth. You don't feel like the edges of these cards are going to fray anytime soon, like a lot of the decks that I have. Let's see, what can we learn? What can the viewers learn? What can they learn most from this deck? Healing that is happening. You're not broken. Trust the process. It is safe to soften. I'll get a close-up of that before I kind of take a look. It looks like this lady in the center is in some sort of bath ritual, and there's some sort of higher awareness going on and celestial connection. At least that's how I would interpret it. There's some sort of positive, benevolent connection there. So healing is happening. Healing is happening. I'll read the card up a little bit more so you can take a look as I am reading it to you. So, we're living in a time of complex healing, especially when it comes to the mother line. Collectively, we're facing the intergenerational trauma that colonialism and patriarchy have imprinted on us. So many born to mothers who are not mothered themselves. It is time to mend the chain. So many of our ancestral lines have experienced brutal persecution and separation from the sacred feminine. We've been starved of the great mother's unwavering embrace and instead told to look only to a male god in the sky. So many were not taught to see the sacred in all things and the feminine in all her stages as sacred, powerful, and holy. This way of living has gone on for too long, and we're all being called to heal it on behalf of our ancestors. Being Native American myself, I take it as a calling to honor masculine and feminine, and also a calling to honor all sacred life. Healing is possible, and it may not be straightforward or easy, but it is possible. It can be felt forward and back. Your ancestors past and future are singing with you. It's time to release our mothers all the way back for what they may not have been able to give. To find a way to cultivate the loving mother within, to treat ourselves with the same deep reverence, adoration, understanding, and compassion that we longed for all along. You can be that for yourself today. You can meet yourself where others could not, and as you do, future ancestors will bless you for finding the courage to release and heal deep. So I find that personally relevant with me. I don't know if any of you find relevance with that. That definitely did resonate with me, as I do feel a lot of our ancestors are coming down to heal and aid what the division we might feel within ourselves. So I would say this looks like a pretty awesome deck so far. Love this intention card. And let me know your experience with this deck, if you like it, if you don't like it, how the readings went, if they were accurate. And thanks for checking in today, guys. Until we meet each other again, keep on crafting in your light and in your joy. Peace.